this goes with that last video. I forgot to mention, as it is reminded biblically, spiritually, and in other books of knowledge and more, poetically, films, fashion art, etc., that marriage is between two soulmates, opposite gender, a male and a female of the same creation, same age, that are allowed to be married to each other. No physical contact of perversion is allowed. They're to make the land of dreams a better place. And then when the heavens and earth combine, they get to be together forever as husband and wife. And that's the truth of it. So retarded people that are pretending and include perversion, or there's other people that actually pretend with zero perversion, just to see what it's like to have a marriage, those that already no longer even qualify, or even those that do. It's what they're doing. Without the perversion, and they make the land of dreams a better place. Also, everyone individually is supposed to be doing that anyway. Be one more victim, one less victimizer. 24/7, who you are intentionally is what you really are. Also, my daughter is kidnapped, abducted. Her birth certificate name is Angelina Rachel Holloway, born February 9th of 2006 at Fountain Valley Regional Hospital in Fountain Valley, California area. Biblically speaking, in the land of dreams is her birthplace. And one of her abductors is her biological birth daddy. He's a rapist, human trafficker, animal trafficker, illegal landscaper, scientist, mental health representative, loose prisoner. That Willie Holloway Jr. IV, born May 24th in 1981, Raleigh, California area, is his birthplace. He belongs disintegrated for his intentional existing crimes. He raped me with my daughter on May 24th of 2005. He claims it's his birthday. He gets a baby. And when he raped me during that time, my soul left my body and went to Rainbow Falls. I thought I was memorizing on when my soul was made there, as that's what it seemed like. But as my soul went back into my body, another soul followed, and it was my daughter. And I knew right away that I was pregnant, raped, with the baby. I did, as soon as I got away, at that time, I tried to seek a real doctor to remove her immediately. And I didn't know if it was a boy or a girl. I assumed it was a girl, because when I saw the soul be made, it's like I saw my own soul be made. It's like I knew it was a female. I thought it was myself. At first, I thought I was having some kind of memory. I was drugged up and being raped. So, when my soul left my body, the rapist, he questioned if I'm even in there while he's raping me, and I returned. And then, he seemed like he knew that I was pregnant the way when my soul returned, the other soul came to follow me along. It's like he knew also. So, I did tell him I think it's a girl, that I am pregnant. His sick little plan worked. And I did. Once I tried to find doctors and stuff, there wasn't any. And then I found somebody in the medical field. They told me, oh, we don't have that advanced technology or doctors to take the baby out right away, as some, real doctors do that. And then they find out if they're going to disintegrate the baby or if it's going to live, according to a lie detector test, because even some babies join cults to be a peasant to where they're no longer allowed to live. It's even biblically documented. That's why some babies got murdered. Not just due to multiplying is illegal, but some of them really aren't allowed to live because of what they are already choosing to be. So I went through the medical field looking for a doctor, and some of the representatives that are illegally there told me you need to wait and for me to come back in a couple months. I did go back, and told them, take the baby out now then. And they said, no, you waited too long. It's like the same people. I mean, they're the ones that told me it's too soon, that we don't know if you're pregnant or not. And I said, yes, if you're a real doctor, you would know. It's retarded. These people are so stupid. You know right away. You don't need to wait a couple months or a couple years or whatever people are doing out there, because they're retarded people with fake doctors. And then they told me it's too late, that I need to go on and carry her for 9 months. Who even came up with that number? In real life, yeah, peasant retarded people. No one cares if JCT Pop was in Mary's stomach for that long also or whatever. It's illegal. The whole point of his existence is to show help in multiplying. Yes, King God is retarded, what he shows, when it's already known. That's why the other gods and goddesses, kings and queens, they're much higher, and they don't take the time to show something that stupid that is already a fact. It's King God, a lower god, king, that many once again call him crownless and cage and other nicknames, like he's not really anybody other than a crown testing psychopath. That's his game. And then the thing is, what he offers for age 21 and over is perversion. There's a higher level of perversion and a lower level, and either way it goes, he offers it with one other, their age, opposite gender, not related, and same creation. So like two humans, male and a female, 21 and over. So like two 21-year-olds or whatever it is. But then lower hands of the human peasants, they claim, well, since that's offered at 21, what are we supposed to do while waiting? So some of them are already being perverts as babies, kids, teens, and adults. With all ages, with humans, animals, all kinds of illegal things is what they're doing. And that's also stories in the biblical educational and the Holy Bible and more. Talks about that. It's like Aesop fables kind of stories. You know, there's lessons, and these are true. It's supposed to be like a guide to reality, not to reenact the Bible and claim, well, you know, they did that and we're going to do that too. It clearly says not to. So those that are that retarded, once again, it's called lower hands. So like if King God's offering these deals, which are illegal anyway, why are people going with human hands, offering them even lower deals that are even more illegal and more stupid? Well, that's their problem. That's their sentence. That's their sin individually, even if they do it together. You know, some peasants think they're all one person, but when one of them gets their brains blown out by themselves or gets disintegrated alone, I'm pretty sure that's just the one, all by themselves. They didn't all die together, unless they all got murdered at the same time somehow. So that's what I'm talking about. People need to go about their identity individually. Also, humans are the only creation that can sin. They're the ones that can choose it, to do it intentionally. Some get forced. Animals got included in King God's little game of test of crown testers. It's not their fault. So, and even Lucifer, he's one of the top crown pieces that King God used in Adam and Eve. And there's another creation. It's a creature, a hypnotical one, that in some versions of the Bible and more, he's not even mentioned. So at that tree, the story I was told, it's like a creature style tree. So when King God tells Adam and Eve, don't eat from that tree, because it supposedly belongs to like the creatures and the Ganji fairies in them, and Lucifer hangs out with them. I mean, I don't know for sure the 100% story on that. I've been told different ones by creatures, Lucifer, King God, JCT Pop, Jesus Christ, the Prince of Peace. Even though he didn't exist at that time, he has access to accurate scripture and more. And, you know, so he does know. But Lucifer told me he was there and that he was hanging out with a hypnotical creature that wasn't mentioned in that version of the story that I have access to. Even when I had the picture Bible as a little girl, I got told these different stories. And that tree was supposedly some kind of creature-like tree, like Ganji fairies, fauns, mermaids, and more. So that's why King God told them, don't eat from that tree. It's not yours, not mine, it's someone else's. So when Eve got hypnotically lured in, like, go ahead, eat from that tree, who cares? The creature's saying it's his tree, and Lucifer's claiming, you know, King God claims he made it, what's wrong with it? Like, you know, all these different stories, and then Eve goes on and eats the stupid fruit. And then King God tries to punish her because he said not to, when he's not the only one to be listened to. He has no business playing crown testers. And there is higher gods and goddesses, kings and queens. It's a fact. Or I wouldn't exist. Like, I'm part Persian. And the creatures and all these different creations, different plants and animals. Why do you think they're called Asian plants or the Irish plant? Because there's different gods and goddesses, kings and queens. There's another king god named Zeus. There's different ones. Allah, King Allah, told me that he has jumped down from all those thrones. He's that high. He said he jumped down past King God Dope-tastical, the dark skin, and all these different ones that some humans do look very much like their image. Some do. Some represent them that identically. They look so much like them. And some people look like all of them, or some of them, or not at all really. And King Allah said once upon a time he jumped down from all those thrones, and when he landed in the land of dreams on the grounds, all those sinners bowed down to him automatically and they disintegrated that fast. And that was during that war. And there's other stories like Noah's Ark, where Noah didn't listen to King God. He claims he knows better. King God said, Noah, because Adam and Eve a long time ago didn't fix the animals, he said, now you go do it all by yourself on that exact boat. Everyone else is going to get disintegrated. And all the other animals, all the other humans, whether they're innocent or not, they're all leaving. It'll just be you and those animals. So Noah pretended he was going to just be him and the animals. And then he started bringing aboard other humans. And King God said, Noah, what are you doing? And he said, I'm bringing my family. And King God said, the animals are your only family right now that you're allowed to have. You need to show them that you're their family and fix them to help in multiplying. That King God and the other gods and goddesses, kings and queens, after Noah does that, they can easily zap all those humans and animals they took away right before his eyes. That this is a test for just Noah. And then Noah brings along supposedly his son or somebody. He brings a couple other humans aboard, claiming, well, you know, King God, they're going to help me do it faster. And King God said, Noah, they're not going to help you do anything. They're not allowed aboard. This is your test. They need to go. They need to go drowned or swim around until they die. They don't get to go on that boat. And he brings them. And then he fails the test, because King God is known to always pick sinners. And all the other gods and goddesses, kings and queens said, okay, well, we'll just take everybody. We'll take all the sinners other than Noah. And we'll take all the innocent victims, all the other humans and animals. We'll take them with us. They'll be one realm over. They'll get their resources while you play crown testers with Noah. And Noah failed. And King God seems to be entertained. Obviously, King God has never chosen a victim to play crown testers and be the last one like that. So, and plus, look, Noah brought other people aboard. There's lie detector tests to confirm and verify what I'm talking about. Like I said, there's more accurate versions of biblical educational, which is required, and there's museums and original scripture. And around these parts, it's not available unless someone like me had come across it and wrote it, or the internet gets unhacked, or, you know, around the land of dreams, once again, museums and real churches that are built the way they're supposed to be to make them holier, where they're made of gold, glass, and diamonds and more. So even at this church, the window is all that makes it a church. At 420 West 19th Street in Costa Mesa, California. 92627, biblically speaking, in the land of dreams. Without this window and some of the other windows, it's illegally landscaped. And it's illegal. It makes it less holy there. It sinners. It invites them to feel more comfortable, like they're allowed there now. They're not. Notice they are everywhere and illegal landscaping needs to end. That's the war that's happening. They're trying to take over. Same thing happened in the story of Moses and the 10 Commandments. King God chose another sinner named Moses and said, well, Moses, now you have the ability to be a biblical doctor genius, even though you're not allowed. And Moses made fun of King God. What are you offering me? Something I'm not allowed to do. And he started turning water to blood for no reason. He started power tripping. He started victimizing the Egyptians and what they got handed to them by higher gods and goddesses, kings and queens, gold and everything. While the other peasants wonder, well, how'd they get those materials to build like that? Well, they're over there living in like dirt, clay, little whatevs. And they got jealous of the Egyptian throne where they have everything normal. They do freestyle prayer. They're very organized. But they are very forgetful because the peasants, like Moses and the crowd, got in their minds to where they started multiplying through perversion when they know not to. When originally they were going to kill Moses as a baby. And they helped raise him to a higher education, which he used against them. And Moses' biological birth mommy, Yosheba, or whatever her name is a sicko. She's a schizophrenic that waits in a distance, wondering when Moses is going to take over that throne for her and everyone to join him, which he never did. Instead, he does leave. And King God makes fun of him when he writes the 10 Commandments because Moses already knows these laws, just like all the other sinners and all the victims already know those exact things already. It's not new scripture. It just got rewritten, simplified, when it was already written already in a different form, much longer, more detailed. And he broke it down and said, well, you know, Moses, here it is. Here's 10 ways to live. Good luck with you. Yeah, Moses is nobody. You know, kind of like on the Lord of the Rings. I don't know if anyone's seen those films. You know, there's a good wizard, Gandalf, and then there's an evil wizard. They both have a qualified Lord's staff. Kind of like, let's say Moses is the evil wizard, and JCT Pop, Jesus Christ, the Prince of Peace, is the good wizard. They have similar abilities, but one misuses them. That is the difference. One's a sinner, one's not. One's evil, one's good. Duh. But whatevs. There's all kinds of stories that are supposed to be known. And it's really stupid when retarded people called peasants are rewriting them to lie and twist with truth and turn into a cult guide and turn churches into cults and everything else. So in this war, hopefully illegal landscapers all get disintegrated for their existing intentional crimes of illegal landscaping, perversion, abductions, drugs. They try to take over everywhere. Needs to end. And whoever belongs disintegrated or deported or whatever it is, prison, needs to happen. Either way it goes, everyone is entitled to their own resources individually and their own property, whether it's their prison or museum or their business or residential or temporary stepping stones, whatever it is, whatever's available. Doesn't take that long, and it doesn't really cost any money because there's already unlimited cards and everything electronically. So it's really about having the right materials and design and whatever else approved. I mean, I could say, you know, I like that design, I want it there, and I really think it should be, I believe it, but it will take a lie detector test to confirm and verify that I'm correct and that it's going to happen like that, or it might happen better. You know, obviously, electronically, there's advanced technology, and it'll say, you know, Rachel wanted a gold mermaid statue there, and they might say it got approved, that design, but we're going to add some diamonds to it, even though you didn't say so, because that's what is supposed to happen. So that's what I'm talking about. That's just an example. Or like a golden jewelry box I'm going to reside in, a giant one, and a teacup jacuzzi, waterfall pool, a glass castle palace, and more, a genie bottle, a giant one. And my daughter, she could live in like a gold glass diamond cupcake at near her birthplace, like at Mile Square Park or something in the Fountain Valley area. Biblically speaking, Land of Dreams, and my property will go most likely at my birthplace. The lie detector test will confirm and verify if that's exactly where it's gonna be. And there should be animal resorts, and schools are supposed to be all ages, college, and everyone is supposed to go into the medical field to be a biblical doctor genius, even around age 2. So elementary school's illegal, junior high illegal, high school is illegal, regardless of what they call those places. It's supposed to just be a college, or you can call it a place of education, whatever you want to call it, but it's supposed to be all ages. With sports, biblical doctor genius field has to be at every location, fashion, art, etc., cooking, every subject. Science is illegal, so it'd have to be biblical science where it's already been figured out, because science is a part of mental health representatives and they're illegal. So if there's scientists trying to figure out the facts on something that's already known, they have no business doing that. They need to figure out, are they allowed to be a biblical doctor genius of some kind, and then go about what's already known instead of testing what already is. Bye.